well, team 50 well. Okay? I want to charge y'all with something when it comes to talking about strengths. Okay? Maximize the strength. Maximize the strength. The key to being dominant is understanding, not just winning, but being dominant is understanding this is what I do well. And ain't nobody finna do this better than me. And then being extreme with that too. Being extreme with that. Right? On a level 1 to 10, what would y'all say the average volleyball player or team is when they get to the court in terms of wanting to win?
Ten.
Everybody say 10?
I said to wanting to win. I said 10. I'm here to win it. I'm trying to get my money up to my money.
Not everyone was. Not everyone trying to
I'm trying to get my money up to my money. Huh? Okay. 100.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. The overall, you would think a 10, right? Everybody can like that. You got some people on the team might be at an 8. You got some people that might be at a 5. They're like, I don't care if we win or lose. You got some people that's like, we're going to win, depending on what we look at on the other team, how good they are, how big they are, whatever the case may be, how fast they are. You got some people that's like, man, we probably not going to win, or we going to win, depending on what I see. Right? You would think it's at a 10. Right? But a true champion understands I got to win in my process. I got to win in my practice. You win the game at practice, and you pick the championship trophy up at the game. But everything started practice though. If you want to be at a 10 when you get to the game, what should you work for when you're in practice or during your process? No, you should work at a 15. That's what I mean, the law of extremism. I gotta be extreme. The only reason we look at people in a specific light in America is because they're so good at doing something and we have no choice as average human beings at that thing that they're so great at, but to marvel at them. We marvel at LeBron James. We ain't never seen nobody that's 6'9", 260 and run a 4.44. When we ever seen that before? We haven't. Y'all was watching Michael Jordan back in the day. We ain't never seen nobody like Jordan before. We ain't never seen nobody like Michael Jackson before. We ain't never seen that before. Anybody that we look at as rappers and like your favorite rapper, J. Cole, Kendrick, whoever. We've never seen nobody do it to that level before, so we marvel at that. And all y'all in here got that same ability to be that way with your strengths. Okay? Understanding your strengths. 3 things when it comes to staying in your bubble. All right? Your strengths, understanding your strengths, how you naturally are, how you naturally win. All right? Where you want to be, what's your end result. Okay? And also what you can control. Stay in the bubble. Matter of fact, write that down too. That's your bubble. That's what your bubble consists of. If you can be focused on that bubble, you're good. All right? So your strengths, things I do naturally well, that I win at, how I naturally am, I'm going to dominate that. That's what I'm going to be dominating. Nobody's going to do that to the level that I do. That's my strength. All right? So my strengths, my end result, where I see myself, what I want, my end goal, right? My end result. What I really want to happen. Okay? And then the controllables. Things I can control. Things I can control. People spend too much time worrying about the things that they don't have, what they're not good at, what they can't control, and wonder why it's hard for them to be successful. Stay in the bubble. And that bubble is personalized and it's unique to you. The bubble is like your fingerprint. Everybody's bubble ain't gonna be the same. And that's okay. But you stay within that bubble. Okay? Also, another thing about your strengths as well, going back to the predator and the prey, right? What's the difference in the two?
One's gonna get paid and one's gonna be eaten.
One has eyes in the front, the other has eyes on the side.
That's very good. That's true. Somebody over here?
I was gonna say that predators tend to feed off of like the prey's weaknesses, and that's what the tend to attack and usually get what they need to survive. And prey just will feed into the weaknesses that they tend to give the predator, which makes them weak to easy.
So all of y'all are right, but one eats and one runs. One eats and one runs. One is running away in fear of being eaten, and one is like, I'm gonna eat you. And every day I wake up, I'm not saying against your competition, but against two things actually. One, against what you really want. Either you're gonna wake up and decide I'm going to eat, and two, against who you were yesterday. All right, who you were yesterday. How am I gonna get 1% better than I was yesterday? All right, so that's what it is. Right. Now, one of the last things I want to talk about as well, just going back to the process, is matter of fact, write this down too before we get started. Write this down too. And this is something I live by, as a human being, as a man, all that. If you dominate your process, your end result will take care of itself. If you dominate your process, your end result will take care of itself. No matter what end result you have, whether it's going to college, getting an A on an exam, win the game, whatever your end result is, if you dominate your process, your end result will take care of itself every time. I just have to dominate my process. That's it. I just got to dominate my process. Every single step of my process, I got to dominate. Okay? No matter what it is. All right? It's kind of like baking a cake or baking whatever or cooking, right? I got to make sure every single ingredient is in. I got to make sure it's baked to specific times, right? Make sure I take it out, let it cool. Because if not, it ain't going to taste as great as it could be. Right? So I dominate every single step of that process. And as a result, my end result is that my cake tastes great. Right? Whatever I'm making or cooking tastes great. Because I dominate every single step of the process. Now, throughout that process, it ain't going to be as easy as y'all think. It's not. Somebody said something before we was on the +1, -1, and some people said you're going to win some, you're going to lose some. Throughout your process, that's true. One of my mentors, his name is Jack Llewellyn. I don't have to write that down. His name is Jack Llewellyn. All right, Jack Llewellyn is an older guy. Jack got to be about 20 years old right now. But he's very old guy, right? But he worked with the Braves way back in the day, okay? And one of the things he always told me was the best athletes are those that can bounce back from adversity the fastest. All right? The best athletes are those that can bounce back from adversity the fastest. That means that throughout your process, you're going to go through a lot of crazy stuff. Okay? You're going to go through a lot of crazy stuff. There's a reason why everybody don't win. There's a reason why you only got this many winners at the top. This many, you call it the 1%. All right? There's a reason why you got that many people at the 1%. That's because average people, throughout their process, is going to get distracted and they're going to quit. When they're going to get distracted, they're going to fall off and go that way. Or they're going to go this way. All right? But you got a very select few people that make it to the top because they had an extra level of focus. All right? They were not getting distracted at all. They had that much discipline. Okay? So throughout your process, there's going to be some things I'm telling y'all now. Even if you haven't experienced this yet, you're going to experience it. There's going to be things that happen that try to take you off your path. Okay? You have the power to say. Alright? It's about what you focus on. If I focus on a specific thing, I'm going to get that thing. Whatever you focus on, you're going to get it. It's like Instagram. It's like TikTok. It's like Twitter. Whatever I follow, I'm going to see. Alright? Whatever I follow, I'm going to see. And I'm probably going to become that too. Because whatever you consume up here is going to be in your subconscious mind. You're going to become that. Okay? So realize that throughout your process, there's going to be things that happen that try to take you off that path. Okay? What are some ways that you can stay disciplined though? What are some ways you can stay disciplined throughout your process and make sure that you don't get distracted?
Take time to reflect
Absolutely. Creating a system. Okay? Creating a system of success for you. And that's totally unique to you. So when y'all at home, take time to sit down and write out my system of success for myself. And realize, take it a step further and realize, think about, okay, what distraction am I going to see throughout this process? What's going to try to take me off my path? Okay? So whatever it is I want. All right? Make sense? Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, what does y'all get out of today? Anybody learn anything?
Oh, yeah, it's awesome. Let them say what they know.
I need for 3 people to tell me what they learned today.
One thing that stuck with me is when you said no is expensive and you don't have to say no more than that.
Complete sentence. It's a complete sentence. If you get really good at saying no, you'll get really good at winning. Get really good at saying no. Even to yourself sometimes. Right? Like even to yourself. Sometimes we are our own worst enemy. Right? Like when we can't say no to ourselves, that's when we go and we explore other things that have nothing to do with our actual end goal that we really want. All right?
Great description on how like you distractions.
Exactly.
Don't let outside distractions get mess up your ankle. And then when you swing your ankle, it's a distraction. There you go.
And a bubble, yeah.
That most when you're, it's all about keeping your head in the game and eyes on the ball, and about not letting anything get in your head. Know your end goal.
Well, your end goal. Yep.
Understanding why you want that end goal, or like why you're doing it in the first place, to like better know like your strengths.
But not just about the physical strength of your body, but also about your mental health, about how you perceive yourself on the court. Because your mental health can affect your sport by the way you play.
Yeah. It always will. It always will. Right? How you think about yourself. And this is kind of off the record, but I'm a very psychological guy just because of how I grew up. Right? I'm always used to looking at details, and I've always been very, very street smart. Right? So I look at people. I did this at Shiloh too. Where I look at people. You can always tell what people are thinking about by looking at their body language, looking at how you handle situations, like your emotional makeup. So absolutely, and you can even use that. Like y'all see me. I'm not tall. I'm not 6'5". But when nobody gonna beat me, I don't care who you are. You could have been drafted first pick next year. You're not gonna beat me. I can care less. You have to show me, bro. But I'm gonna mess you up here so bad to the point where you ain't gonna want to play sports no more. You just not. Cause I'm not stronger than you. I'm not bigger than you. I'm gonna mess you up here.
Yeah, one more hand
That's
over
how I
here.
was. Somebody else had their hand raised. Maximize your strengths, but make them so extreme to where they have to listen to you, right? The world hates extremism, but they reward it. You almost have to, and I'm gonna say this, you almost have to be on a crazy level type. Like they look at somebody and be like, that person is crazy. But what is crazy? Crazy is something that's out of the norm for the average. Right? But if I maximize my strengths to that level and I feel like I can get a certain end goal and nobody's going to tell me no, no matter how crazy it is, my process is going to follow that and my results are going to follow that too. So it's not necessarily about, it is maximizing your strengths, but it's making them so extreme to the point where I have to get this end goal, like this result. Okay? So make them extreme. The world rewards extremism. So if I do something and it's that good, I'm gonna get rewarded. Like I had my examples before. Michael Jordan was that good at basketball. Michael Jackson was that good at entertaining and performing. Like it's stuff we've never seen before. It's extreme, so people love it. Right? So whatever you do and you do it well, do it. Do it. It ain't about what anybody else say. Do it. All right? It's an uphill battle, and so is winning. Winning is an uphill battle because it's not normal for people to do it to the level that is not abnormal. Right? It's not. That's not a normal thing. What's normal is to stay average. I'm gonna tell you something though. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. I'm gonna close it out with this. If you have an average process, 11 times out of 10, you have an average result. 11 times out of 10. And nobody in here that's not 100% human. So that means 1 plus 1 will equal 2 every time. Don't think you're gonna come in here and have a different, the same process as everybody else and have a different result. It's not gonna happen. If your process is not extreme, your results will not be extreme. However, if your process is extreme, your results will be what? Extreme. All right? So, that's it. But thank y'all for letting me come out and